Hi there, welcome to Nighttime Line Talks. First of all, Lord bless Tylor Perry. Many of us have a lot of fun on his movie. He is an African American comedian, owner of the largest movie studios in Georgia. But yes, you can keep safe your idea, putting everything in a piece of paper, do 3 copies, and send to yourself by registered mail. Once you have the letters, you receive those letters, never open. Keep it as your proof with the dated envelopes, as you are the creator of that idea. And as your creative mind is powering you to develop many things, do that every time you write a book, every time you put a new idea, and nobody can steal it. Because if somebody steal or hack your computer, you can sue that person in court of law and show that letter without open. Show that letter in court, and the honorable judge open the letter and see, oh, he's the owner of the idea. And it's a better way to resolve a situation than that. But the open wallet concept caught my attention and keeps me thinking. But people dedicated to business is not going to allow the government spend and waste money like running water. They have ideas, and the owner business, yes, the people who own business, the people who own basically the factories, laboratories, technology centers, everything, they are not skeptical. They are always thinking that any crisis is going to bring more ideas and more possibilities. Who can imagine President Trump less than 1 month ago or less than 2 months ago, he was talking about the lowest unemployment rates in the United States, the lowest in 100 years. And 1 week to other, everything changed. Right now, we come back and we are now reading the highest unemployment numbers. The fashion world that is based in New York is developing ideas too. What's going on? The ladies who design fancy dresses, tuxedos, many things, now everything is including a mouth cover. Why? Because a mouth cover protects you against any virus. So the fashion world is going to change tremendously. As well, the fashion way to take a drink in a bar, cities like New York, Atlanta, is very common, very popular. Everybody meets with friends in a restaurant. Mostly people don't have time or skills to clean the house, to invite friends there. No, what are you going to do this weekend? Oh, let's go to eat. Okay, I see you in this restaurant. Make the reservation. Yes, blah, blah, blah. Bang. And what is happening now is that the restaurants are also preparing a new ways to protect the food, to protect drinks, to nobody can be exposed against the viruses. And many people want to come back to work as soon as possible. I am one of those. Because I feel bored, I feel a lot of desperation. Even I read a little bit, even I produce this cast, Even I am cleaning up, organizing my papers, but I still feel weird, especially because I was operated of my left ear for my cataracts and laser view. So I'm expecting, because it's in a standby, my second surgery. So with the left ear, I see very clear, very focused. Everything is wonderful. Even that, I don't need my glasses to see with my left ear. But I keep it because my right ear is still pending to be operated and I need the glasses. But as soon as I have the second surgery, I can't wait to throw away my glasses and just get shades. Amazing. Something that I'm going to love. Anyway, so if you are expecting this situation is going to affect us, yes, but it's depending from the circumstances. It's sad that I saw in the morning in a brief news nationwide, a lady was required to work on the grocery stores because they were short on people. The lady goes and works without any protection. She acquired or get the virus and she passed away on the parking lot of the grocery store where she works. What a sad story. Many things are happening. It's still bad and we are expecting the top of the wave, the worst time. It doesn't come yet, but let's go to be optimistic. Let's go to believe, because we have to believe in our Creator who sent us this test. He's testing us, nothing else. So let's go to work hard. Let's go to keep the distance, to protect our mouths of what we breathe, of the air and what we say. The mouths are also risky about what we say. And in our Spanish cast at midnight, Irreverente Charlas de la Noche, with my editorial partner Plácido Garza, there is a contrast. There is a contrast of analysis, and we point together what's happening in Mexico and versus what's happening in the United States of America. And becomes very interesting from the perspective that every president, respectively, does different ways. Donald Trump just retake a little bit the campaign topics, but he doesn't like to talk about that anymore. Even Joe Sleepy Biden is the only candidate, and he has the free way to this race. Officially, he is the candidate for the Democratic Party. Why? Because Bernie Sanders quit yesterday and there is nobody else. And he feels very presidential. But today, almost 24 hours after Bernie Sanders quit, is weird. His former boss, President Obama, have not goes to press conference to give his sponsorship to Joe Sleepy Biden. Something weird is happening. Why? Because mostly when there is a single candidate running, everybody who likes him provide a sponsorship, And now it's easier because doing a video like this, they can say in 3 minutes, oh, I support this candidate because we work together and blah, blah, blah. But I believe there is a negotiation behind. Why? Because Joe Biden said formula for his campaign, a lady. And I heard from the Democratic that there is a dispute between Clinton and Michelle Obama, who that opportunity. Why I say acquire? Because it's a money business. The one who has more money to raise and to pay the campaign expenses is the one that is going to run as a formula candidate for Joe Sleepy Biden. President Trump is looking for a sponsorship, but he is giving very clear that for his re-election he doesn't like money. He likes to support and help for this pandemic. What is really amazing, the cards are on the table. Everything is becoming more clear. But I am sure, and I was telling you, that depending how we solve and how President Trump face this pandemic is the way he's going to raise. Because the United States has a huge companies that make polls and interview people, electoral deciders, leaders, people on the street, professionals in universities, and all that people is already compiling facts to determine and say very clear if any of the candidates is qualified or is not qualified to assume the White House for the next 4 years. I am so happy, but the time is over. Thank you for listening this analysis, and I talk to you tomorrow. If you are bilingual and you speak Spanish, I hear you tonight with Plácido Garza. Thank you and have a good night. See you then. Very well known on the trivia and all the entertainment circles. Well, he gave a tip in a restaurant for $21,000. Imagine that. $21,000. It's a lot of money. In fact, I don't have that amount to tip somebody in a restaurant. But his point of view was share with everyone so everyone can have enough money or a little money to survive this pandemic time. The story is not end. Tylor Perry, generosity is going. Last night, I don't know how he contacts in a corporate office of a grocery stores chain in Alabama, Georgia, I don't know how many states, and he pays groceries for elderly people for above $250,000. When old people come to pay on the register, they ask how they feel. Well, I am okay, thank you, surviving. Well, let me tell you, your groceries tonight are free. What? Yeah, paid by Tylor Perry. Generosity, artist, director, producer. I have the opportunity to see him when I was working on Turner Broadcasting System. A person out of dimension. A person that transpired his soul and his good faith, his good attitude, He never seen with malice anyone. No bodyguards, even he has a bunch of money. No glamour, he wears regular clothes. And sometimes he wear a fancy watch that he says somebody give it to him. But it's funny because what he does on the characters he performed, well, I am laughing because he's comedian and I'm just remembering at the time I saw his movies with my son and my wife. A lot of fun. Very good movies, honestly. Probably if you don't remember, he dressed as a grandmother, as a lady. Oh, he does a lot of characters. But good for him. We wish him the best. And as I was telling my family, if I survive this pandemic time, I'm going to watch all his movies again and I'm going to buy it online. And also, any new production coming from his studios, I am going to get it and give us as a gift, birthday gift, whatever, because what he is doing for people right now is amazing. Many actors, actresses are doing concerts online and donating profits. Other actors, and let me direct this to the musicians of the Tex-Mex fashion that are becoming also famous in English. They are donating money in USA, but I am asking and approaching this space to ask them, donate in Mexico or their origin countries. They need it too. It's important. Well, around 4 a.m. I was reading a story on the New York Times, and the story starts that telling that United States and Japan opened the wallet to help everyone with this pandemic. The governments are spending a lot of money. Yes, it is true. To help anyone. Even the unemployment system online in the United States crashed. Imagine more than 6 million people trying to file for unemployment help. It's obvious that the system has to crash. But they are working on that and they are putting employees giving applications on the parking lots, asking people fill in the car, don't get into the labor department office, and deliver to another employee and they will file everything. Last night I also read who is not qualifying for the federal help, emergency help. Well, unfortunately, people that has no social security immediately remind me the undocumented people. But if they have a tax ID, they are going to receive a check. Only if they pay taxes in the past. If they don't pay taxes never before, sorry, they will not receive any help from the federal government. Some categories are applied according the age of the students, according situations. That I prefer go to the website of the federal government emergency help and read it by yourselves because I do not have enough time to read everything. But what also keeps me perplexed on this situation is that Dr. the epidemiologist and expert that is advising President Trump all the time in the press conferences on the White House, he's 79 years old. He is one of the risk edges. persons who can get ill by the coronavirus. Even that, he's at the White House every single day and he's sleeping at least 2 or 3 hours because he's screening all over the world situations and results from the Center of Disease Control. And they say that even deaths and situations are still not under control. Social distance is working very well. So let's go to keep the social distance. Let's go to keep the mouth covers. Let's go to keep everything available. Because Dr. Fauci argued that even he is 79 years old, he stay healthy beside his wife who is on the average age because they still stay keeping the social distance and using mouth covers. So, in the past, there is something always, every situation bring good and bad things. The good thing is that technology companies are testing broadbands, optical fibers, and all of them are working to the maximum capacity. Imagine I am broadcasting high definition video. And I am also part of, I am a guinea pig because we are testing with a technology company a kind of spelling words for audio, spelling words program that is going to correct my broken accent. And they asked me, release the videos. They like people see the videos with my heavy accent and my bad pronunciation. And guess what? In few months, they are going to release the program and broadcast examples before and after. And I'll be very happy. I was telling you, I was working done by the company Dragon that developed multi-language translations systems in audio. They are overseas and they are very popular. They are working and doing well. And I love to do that because I am so happy. Connection me is still alive and I am active, practicing, learning, and here we go. But the greatest thing I think under your attention is, if you remember, all the broadcasters, news anchors, actresses, presentators on TV, they always, oh, I am here very happy from my home, ABC News, from my home, CBS News, from my home, CNN, from my home, Fox News. Well, guess what? Now, from their real home, on their living room, like me. Prompters, put this laptop on books, and we wire the microphone with extension and many things people can imagine. But the main thing is keep connected, keep learning and keep sharing information in any way we can do it. Because if we broadcast from our home, well, we don't have the special, we don't have everything there on Defense Studios, air conditioner, everything. But I am surrounded by a garden, beautiful orchids of my wife. She loves it. And if I want to grab a cup of coffee, I have here handy. Thank you. And the main thing is, let's go to learn from this. Technology companies are not wasting time. They are approaching every minute of usage on the broadbands and optical fibers to test the technology. Number one. Number two is that also movie studios, even some of them close, even a lot of unemployment filing, well, they have experts and headhunters searching for talent online, looking for new people, for fresh blood, for the movie makers. So if you are a producer, if you are actor or actress, and you like to test your voice, your personality, and one day perform casting for a movie, this is the right time. On your computer, on your living room. Welcome. You can be part of that casting. And you know what? It's real. It's going on. So try to apply your talents on video, audio, writing, because people is searching, people is looking, mostly young people, to do many projects as you can imagine. But I like to come back to the issue that the countries are opening their wallets and putting money that they don't have, in part for this unexpected pandemic. But at the end of the road, yes, there is money, as there is light at the end of the tunnel. Even President Trump is worried and concerned, and is asking the companies produce respirators, produce medical peripherals to solve the problem. Well, there are options and situations that are becoming business. I was telling yesterday, on the stock market field, many people is starting to speculate. Why? Because pharmaceuticals, medical equipments, technology, software developers are companies that are awaking to this situation and producing new ideas, new roles, new things. And at the end of that tunnel, they are the ones that are going to make a good revenue. So don't stop. Even we are isolated. Do whatever you want to do. Write, broadcast, produce ideas, new products, new concepts, new softwares. Always there are people catching the attention to that and looking for possibilities. So don't stop your possibilities. You are productive, you are